Okay, today we will be starting chapter 6, and we'll be using sensors, understanding sensors. So we have a bunch of different sensors involved. We have the touch sensor, we have the infrared and ultrasound sensors, and we have light sensors, and we have color sensors. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our robot that we just built for this, and we're going to add our touch sensors to it. So what are sensors? You go ahead and read through this. Here we have the infrared sensor and a color or light sensor. It detects light, contrast between black and white or light and dark. And also it also tells you it can sense different colors. We'll learn about that. And then we have a touch sensor. When you push this, it senses that it touches something. And we're going to take a second to build our touch sensor for this EV3. All right, adding all this stuff together. And when we're done, it should look like something like this, and then we attach it to the front of it. All right, we make sure that it's plugged into port 1. So you're going to have to go through here starting on page 63, and you're going to have to put this together so that we can program it and learn how it works. All right, so first thing is we can use our ports to see where our sensors are, and you can see if you go through, if you follow this, you'll see that port 1, it'll tell you that we're using the touch sensor, so it knows it's there. And since we have the touch sensor input into port 1, we could use any of the 4 ports, but for this we're going to use it. We want to make sure that we have that filled out on our whenever we have the touch sensor in here. We want to make sure that it's put together. So we're going to go together and we're going to make a simple program, sensors for the weight block. So let's go ahead and open up our little guy here, our Lego Mindstorms Education EV3 Student Edition. All right, we're going to have a new project program. We're going to open it up. And we want to look at our sensors. So here we have all our sensors, and you can mouse over them. We have the color sensor, we have the gyro sensor, infrared sensor, motor rotations, temperature sensors. We have temperature sensors, timers, touch sensor, ultrasonic sensor. So these are 2 different things. We have both, and you're going to learn how to use both. But for today, we're going to use the touch sensor, energy meters, and sound sensors. We have sound sensors too. We have all these things. So let's go ahead and let's put our touch sensor up there. And here we have a choice of which port we're going to use. And we're using port 1 for the touch sensor right now. So we want to do touch sensor, compare state. All right, so we want to make sure. Oh wait, this is the weight sensor. I'm sorry. We use different things. Okay, so we're going to use the weight block to check the sensor. So let me put this over here. Oh, right there. Here's the weight block, and we're going to come down to the touch sensor, compare state. All right, so we have this here. And we're going to put this on 1. And we have a measure value. And then we're going to have it say hello when we push the button. So now we're coming back to our sound. And there it is, hello. So this is our state. Since it's a touch sensor, it only does one thing. It pushes in. So this is our program. So we can have it say anything, obviously. We know this from our Lego sounds. You could do animal sounds, like a dog barking. Big dogs, little dogs. All right. Okay. All right, let's do a dog bark. Big dog. All right, so there we go. So now we're gonna hook this up and we're gonna run it, and I'm gonna show you just how it works. Okay, remember file. This we're gonna do file, save project as, and we're gonna take this project and we're gonna put it in our documents like always, and we're gonna call it our name. No spaces, and then we're going to call it touch sensor test. All right, so this will be our what you call it, test program. Boy, that's big. All right, touch sensor test program. All right, so we're going to save that, and then remember what we want to do is we want to go to Teams. And we want to go to our all teams. We want to go to robotics, and then we want to look in our folders. We want to look for our new folder, which is called touch sensor test program. And if you're at home, you want to upload your file, and it's in your documents because hopefully you saved it there, like I just said you should. And you might even have a folder that's for your robotics. Click on the program that you named it, and hit oh wait, cancel. I forgot. I got to go into the folder first. There we go, right here. So I click on it, and then we're gonna upload files. Go to our documents. Go to our one we just did, and we hit open. And now, if you're at home while we're doing this today, after you make your program, you're going to go ahead and upload it and make sure it gets uploaded into the touch sensor test program folder, and then I could put it onto one of our robots sitting here, and I could run the program and make sure that you did it correctly. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I will now show you what it looks like when it's completed correctly. Okay, so we have the robot built. We put our touch sensor attachment onto the front of it, and we downloaded our program. So you find that program, and you go on program here, and then you push play on the program, and now when you touch it, see what happens. It barks like a dog. There you go. So go ahead and make sure you can pick any sounds you want. You can play around with it, learn more. You could play music. You could have it drive into things and hit things. You could loop it so you figure out what's going on. So go ahead and test that out and see if you can get yours to work the way it's supposed to.